take and make, we have mechanic soap today. Can't believe we're in June already. Couple extra goodies you're gonna need today. Don't forget, you'll need to cut up your soap, so you'll need some kind of knife and a cutting board. And you'll also have to melt the soap, so you'll need some kind of Pyrex dish or glass bowl. Preferably one that can pour easily. And don't forget, you'll also need to use a microwave in this project. And we have everything else ready to go. You'll use your mold near the end, and if you want, you can stick that in the refrigerator to set it up more quickly. And we'll go ahead and get started. So here's my soap. The first thing I did was to cut it in half, and then I cut it up into a few more chunks. If you put all of it into the mold, it just barely fits, so you can do 2 smaller ones instead of 1 giant one if you want, or you can do 1 giant one to get it all done at once. And then I just cut it up a little. If you're redoing this at home and you're buying your own soap, you want to make sure you have a suspension blend. That just helps the pumice, or if you're putting in something like that, to kind of not sink to the bottom. It will evenly mix into the soap. So put it in the microwave. I'd say no more than 30 seconds at a time, and I would watch that too. Since I didn't put the whole chunk in, I'm just gonna check it at 15 seconds. And that's actually perfect. You want to have a few chunks floating around. That way you know you don't overcook it. So I just have a few in there. Gonna stir it up a little. And the residual heat should melt the rest of that. Next, we're going to add our pumice and the orange oil. So the directions say half a tablespoon. So since I half the soap, I'm going to half that. And I'm just going to guesstimate about half. Stir that up. I'll add my orange oil next. And this is a preference thing too. Ooh, that smells really good. So it just depends on how much scent you like. And if you have essential oils at home, it's something you can always switch up the smell. Stir that up. Next, we're going to add the mica powder. And this is just something that goes in, mica powder goes into like cosmetics. So it is optional. But I kind of like this one. It gave it kind of a pearlescent orange. So again, since I have to, I'm going to use about half of this. And I'd be careful too if you're doing this on white surfaces. It can stain, so just make sure you wipe it up right away, or you cover your surfaces. A little bit more. And a little bit goes a long way with this mica powder. It's a very fine powder, so it spreads out really nice. Still stirring. A few more mica powder clumps, and then I think we're almost done. I think the soap's starting to set on the sides, so I'm just smooshing that back down in. That's looking good. So now pour it into our mold. And if you're using something like a Pyrex, you'll want to make sure you wash that out right away too. Ooh, that is getting pretty sticky. I'm gonna leave that there. Okay. So there we have our soap mold. And it smells so good in here. If you want, you can pop that in the fridge to set it up a little faster. Otherwise, I would just wait a day or so. And I gave you guys a little bag to put that into, just to store it in. Or you can just leave it on your sink or by your counter, and when your hands get greasy or you have paint stuck on them, you can use the soap to scrub it off. It's a really nice exfoliant. And a nice present too for Father's Day if you're trying to think of something. So that's all. A simple, easy craft to do this time, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.